Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another Magic Puzzle Quest video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my early review on Archangel Elspeth. So, let's get into it. I want to start by saying a special thank you to Webcore for sending me this Planeswalker. Thank you guys very much. It enables me to make these videos, and I really appreciate it. Now, I know at the beginning of the video, I said in early review, Elspeth's been in the vault for a little bit. I like to test out walkers as thoroughly as I can before I make a review. I want to be pretty sure of how I feel about them. And so it's early just in that it's still in the vault. Like, it's still in my early-ish testing. I've probably played 100 matches or so with Elspeth now. Maybe a little bit more. I've been trying to play her as much as I can, but anywho, let's get into the actual review. Archangel Elspeth is a new mono-white planeswalker. She's got 131 health, which is massive. A mana spread of +5 to white, +2 to blue, and +2 to green, which is in the middle of the road for monocolor walkers. Her 3 abilities in SparkNote's version. First one's a very low loyalty cost that's going to destroy cards from your library and bring one of the creatures that are in your graveyard back to your hand. The second ability is going to reinforce a creature you control and give it lifelink based on the number of angels you control. And then the third ability is going to destroy all creatures on the battlefield, and then you're going to take your highest mana cost creature from your graveyard, bring it back to the battlefield, and give it Shield 2. That Shield 2 you want to be careful with. Shield 2 is only going to protect it from destroy effects from your opponent. So you can't just spam that third ability over and over again, destroying everything on the battlefield except for that thing that you've given shields to. However, with that said, it is an incredibly effective removal ability. All 3 of Elspeth's abilities cost a very low amount of loyalty at 6, 10, and 12. The third ability at 12 is equal to or less than some Planeswalker's first loyalty abilities, and is significantly better than a lot of them. In order for a mono Planeswalker to really shine in this game, I feel like its abilities need to really make it stand out to cover for it not being able to run 2, 3, or even 5 different colors of cards. I feel like Archangel Elspeth definitely achieves that with her 3 abilities. All 3 of them are good abilities. The first ability is definitely spammable. You'll see in most of my gameplay that is the ability that I use the most. I use the second ability as long as I need it, and I use the third ability sometimes just to pick up a nice win. The third ability is especially helpful for events that require you to destroy X or more creatures. In a recent Coalition event, I actually ran this to perfection by just wiping out a bunch of creatures. You needed to destroy 5, and I just ran this and wiped creatures over and over and over again with the third ability. So really, really fantastic for that. In terms of the passive, as Elspeth does have a passive, she's just going to make it so that whenever a creature leaves your graveyard, meaning it comes into your hand or into the battlefield, it's going to become an angel and gain the Flying and Vigilance evergreens. So that's really it for Elspeth's abilities. Let's take a look at some really cool card pairings with her. When playing with Elspeth, you're either going to be wanting to run creatures that have really cool enter the battlefield effects, things like, say, Atraxa, or maybe even Moonshaker Cavalry, which is absolutely devastating with this Planeswalker, or you're going to want to play creatures that are going to block things and then die and then come back. Oh wait, this thing doesn't die. This thing does, though, and this is a perfect example of a card that runs really well with this Planeswalker. It's going to come in, it's going to convert gems, it's going to maybe die, and then we just get to bring it back with the first ability all over again. Success. Other cards that are going to pair really well with this Elspeth are going to be some pretty obvious ones, things like Cryptex and Leyline of the Guildpact, as these are the best converters that we've really ever seen for monocolor Planeswalkers in the game. And they are going to be no exception with Archangel Elspeth. They'll get you a ton of white gem conversion, which is going to get you a ton of mana and loyalty, enabling you to fuel all of your abilities very effectively. If you want to just go crazy with those abilities, Golden Wish is always a fantastic option with this Planeswalker, and really any Planeswalker that has white in its color identity. And especially for this Planeswalker, I really love Another Round, as you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of creatures onto the battlefield and a whole bunch of reinforcements on them between the first and the second abilities, and therefore you're going to be able to just sort of hold on to this Another Round until the time is right, and then release it to devastating effect. You will absolutely see that in the gameplay with my power deck. The last sort of a deck that I thought of with Elspeth was going to be an angel-themed deck using, say, Exalted Angel to get a whole bunch of angels out, give them some reinforcements, and then potentially use the Archangel Elspeth Vanguard in addition to running Archangel Elspeth, make a whole bunch of human tokens, have that -2, give them all the angel subtyping, and reap the rewards. So I felt like that was definitely a step below in terms of power from the superpower deck, but it's still really fun and it's really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at some gameplay. Lameboy 360. Okay. Ooh. Demolition Field, Moonshaker Cavalry, and another round, all in the same hand. Yes, please. And a white into blue match. See, this is the kind of match that I like. I like these starting hands. These are good ones. Oh, another one of these. Okay. I definitely don't need the second Moonshaker Cavalry, but I suppose I'll take the Moonshaker Cavalry. Let's go red into green, just because that's going to give me a few different Demolition Field charges, and that's going to get me a bunch of bonus mana. So I might actually get the Moonshaker down this turn. No, next turn. That's fine. What's my opponent playing? A Meddler. Really? All right. You do you, bud. Let's see, which one should I do then? I've just got so many choices. That's one of the fun things about Demolition Field, is you just get all these choices. I'm gonna go for this one. I like getting multiple matches. I want to try and get a creature other than the Moonshaker Cavalry down. And so let's see if we can't make that happen. I've got a fantastic landfall match. The black that's going to destroy a red and then give me a red match on top of it. So I think that's the match for me this turn. Probably. I'm just looking at my other options. That is the match for me this turn. And I've got an Atraxa. Well, let's see. Can we get, like, a Vindicator or something? No, I get another Moonshaker Cavalry. Okay. I can't actually complain about getting another Moonshaker Cavalry. Let's see. So we're going to be going for Atraxa first. So I'm actually going to throw away the Coalition Victory here just in case. I know that it's very, very, very unlikely that I get the Atraxa down here, but just in case, I wanted to be able to draw out the full hand from it. I didn't get it, which is fine. And a Golden Wish. Man, this game is it's just throwing temptation after temptation at me. We're going to go for the Atraxa, and then we should get Atraxa down, and we should get some mana into another round, because we're going to be destroying so many of those Demolition Field gems. Come on. Oh, I was hoping for the ley line there. When you get the Atraxa into ley line, it's just delightful. All right, so Atraxa is going to destroy their creature. I've got a Pyromancer's Goggles. Yes, please. I say. Do I want to destroy the Coalition Victory? I feel bad throwing out these Coalition Victories here, but they're kind of in the way of what I'm trying to do. Oh, Vindicator? Yeah. There we go. Let's get the Vindicator down. And then let's try and get the Goggles down. Let's see how this goes. Can I get Vindicator into Goggles, into mana? Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a big turn this next turn. Big turn. Yeah, we'll just whap Jace with that. Why not? Come on, give me a Vindicator, or not a Vindicator. Give me Pyromancer's Goggles on something I can get. This? Are these Goggles? Those are Goggles. Excellent. Okay, so the green match on the top middle is a Goggle match. So I'm absolutely going to be going for that. Let's go ahead and make this spicy. We're going to throw you away. And then I'm probably only getting the one. I'm probably only getting the one here, right? So let's just see what it is that I get out of this. So I get the one. I get two? No. Okay, but I get a Cavalry down. That's going to start reinforcing things. That's where things are going to start getting crazy. Oh, but I have an Atraxa. That's going to mess this whole thing up. I got to stop playing the Atraxas in this order. Oh, wait. No, it's not going to play the Atraxa. It's going to give me another round. Every so often, I play a match, and then I get this going, and then I let the Atraxa come down, and I'm like, what are you doing? But this is perfect. Okay, so we're going to get a big turn this turn. My opponent's very dead. Very, very dead. By the way, this is like an average game for this deck. I get a lot of matches. I don't think this is going to be one of them where I've got everything in like the 250 to 300 range. This is like average. for this deck. And Jace is absolutely going to get splattered. So yeah, okay, that's the Powerhouse deck. That's a very good representation of how it works. It came through a little bit slowly that time. Some of it was that I was just trying to like make things go for the video a little bit, but that's okay. Really, really powerful. Let's look at other decks. Okay, we got Kalemny this time with the Angel deck. I've got a Mana Crypt, Cryptex, and Goggle in my hand. That's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I've got a bunch of converters down, so it could mean that this deck goes entirely crazy here, or it could just mean that it's like a very mediocre match. Ooh. I get Archangel Elspeth down. Okay. That'll be good. Let's try and... let's take the white match for sure. So we're going to get Mana Crypt down. My opponent's probably going to take the red. Ooh, they didn't take the red match. That was foolish. I'm actually going to go for... yeah, I'm going to go for Golden Wish here, right? Because you give just to the first card? Yeah, okay. We're going to go for Golden Wish first before the Cryptex. We're just going to see what we get, right? Maybe we get a Cascade, which would be lovely. Maybe we don't get a Cascade, which would be fine. Yep, we get the Cascade. Okay, so we get the Cryptex, we get the Elspeth, and we get the Goggles. Perfect. There's everything. All right. Let's get this rolling. Oh, my opponent's got a Rakdos? No. No. That does not stay. That's got to go. Gotta go right now. All right, we're going to use our third ability. Rakdos is gone. We're going to go ahead and start making human tokens that are actually going to be angels. Shh. My opponent doesn't know this yet. Those are all going to be angels. All right, and then Goggles. Yep. All right, so this is going to get me Goggles and the Mana Vault. So it's going to get me an Elspeth into a Golden Wish, which is going to get me another spell. Perfect. Into... what have we got here? Another round. It's just going to boost my little human tokens. That's fine. Another round. Boosting my human tokens. That's fine. We don't care about them enough for that right now. We got an Atraxa. Lovely. Can I get... no, you're giving me just Atraxas. You know, actually getting the just Atraxas is kind of okay right now because I do actually want the creature fetch from Atraxa, so that's not too bad. And then I've got a match that's going to give me a free Atraxa. Okay, perfect. So since I've got a free match, or since I've got a free Atraxa here, let's put the free Atraxa up on top. So this is going to be the free Atraxa. Okay, yep, I'll take some damage. I'll get creatures. Do you want to give me a ley line? No, you don't want to give me a ley line. You're gonna boost that Atraxa a little bit. Oh no, the another round doesn't have enough levels. That's fine. Where is my angel generator? And you're playing another Rakdos. All right. Well, do I have my kill spell? I do not. So since I don't have my kill spell, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of Rakdos like this. And now my third ability is about to go on to some serious roids because I've got free Atraxas for days now. I don't need that. I don't need that. I do want this, and I want the Exalted Angels, and I want the tokens. So let's make the tokens. Tokens are important now. The tokens are very important. Now that we have our Angel Generator down, we want all the tokens. So in terms of swaps, that's going to be the Mana Crypt. Okay, so since that's where the Mana Crypt is, let's just go swap into Angel into Atraxa. I think that's the play, right? Because Atraxa might give me other goodies. Angel into Atraxa. Yep. Ooh, the ley line of the guild pack. Yep. Give me some more goodies, please. Free spells. Yep. I like free spells. Good. Requisition rate. No. Now I get a requisition rate. Not when my opponent plays Rakdos. No. Heaven forbid. All right. Well, this is okay because now we can go ahead and turn my human stack into angels, right? At the beginning of your turn, it gets +X for each of its reinforcements. Yeah, so let's go ahead and turn the little people into angels, which means that we're going to start getting a whole bunch of really, really sweet things out of that. Let's see. I don't actually need Atraxa anymore, so I can go ahead and just throw that away. And then I can actually use this here on my angel, reinforce it a few times because I have a whole bunch of angels down. And then, I mean, free spells are always nice. I'm just kind of worried that I'll get another round here. And then that's just going to make things end so quickly. So let's go ahead. Let's get the angels We're gonna get some good angels down. Let's see, we're gonna have an Elspeth, we're gonna have a requisition raid happen, and then, all right, there we go. Very good. Okay, so my angel should start ramping up pretty quickly now. Well, I guess it's game over. We don't even get to see the angel ramp up that quickly anymore because we were just too strong. Oh, well, that's one of the things about this, especially with the angel. It's part of why it's much less of a powerhouse deck than the other deck, is because you get all these angels down, but by the time this thing gets going, you already win anyways. You don't get to see it like super boost. So when you make a match by swap, you increase its level, you make more angel tokens, which is really cool. But unless you're running a whole bunch of extra turns, you're not going to get that many angel tokens down. So, all right, well, let's go ahead. We're going to definitely play another round here. Let's use Holy Call to give this thing even more reinforcements, because that's what's fun. And then let's see, is this going to be another Pyromancer Goggle trigger? Yes, it is. So let's take the Goggle trigger. Maybe, just maybe, we get like a Golden Wish, which maybe, just maybe, gets us another round or something. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to get the angel tokens. And then I get my another round. So that's going to now boost up my creatures. I'm going to Requisition Raid to boost up my creatures some more. And let's see what the last free spell is. It's another Golden Wish. Cool. Is that going to... Yep, okay, I get another free spell. Perfect. That's actually working itself out, like, best case scenario here. We get another Exalted Angel. We get Pyromancer's Goggles. Cryptex, another Golden Wish. Okay, are you going to give me the last trigger? You aren't. Okay, that's fine. Here we still get to see just how powerful this can be. It's still a lot of power, right? Like, that's enough to kill, like, any Planeswalker in the game. However, I feel like the other deck is better. So, the power deck that I like. That said, still good. If you like your Angel Tribal, this definitely works for that. You've got all this stuff to just sort of turn things into angels and get going. So, still cool deck. Alrighty, so this is going to be the Peasant deck. The Peasant deck is, well, no mythics or masterpieces allowed, and try and use many more uncommons and commons than you normally might. Let's see. This is just because not everyone who's going to want to pick up this Planeswalker are going to have as complete of a collection as I do. Which I understand, and I respect that. So I am going to test this out for you all too. My opponent gets a really good match. That's really bad for me. However, I have a pretty solid option. No, that thing can't stay on the battlefield. Especially with Tamiya, that's got to be some kind of awfulness. So let's take the 5 match. Which version of the 5 match do I want? That is the question. The one that might get me a cool Cascade one? Like that? Cool. Okay. So we're going to destroy that thing. I'm giving them a human token, but I'm fine with that. I don't want to give them... a chance to really ramp out of control against me. That would be bad. So here I'm going to take the white match just because I feel like that's the most likely to still enable me to convert into white next turn. So we'll see. My opponent's throwing a bunch of things in the graveyard and they're destroying one of my converters. I've got a 5 match, which is good, but my opponent's board is still really, really scary here. So I'm going to get Galta down. That's good. So I'm going to get a Galta. I might even get an Aurelia down this turn. Or actually, let's use my first. Let's see if I can get something back. I've got 14 mana. Cool, Knight of the White Orchid. This is a really fun creature to run with this Planeswalker because we are going to be able to bring it out. It's going to convert gems. It's probably going to die, and then it's going to convert even more gems for us. So all in all, goodness, and more goodness. So let's see. We're going to get the Knight down. The Knight is going to enable me to get an Aurelia down, which is good. It's going to pop my opponent's human token, and then Galta's not going to be attacking this turn. That's fine. Tamiya's going to be disabling my first 2 creatures this turn. Really not a big deal. I could Arietti's Lullaby here. I've got a bunch of goodies in my hand, so let's just pause those down just for a hot moment. I've got no idea what that critter is that my opponent has, so let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna guess that they probably don't reveal it here. I think that's a pretty good guess. And then, let's see, can I bring another thing back, just in case? Ooh, another Knight of the White Orchid. I love that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, they do bring it back. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to instead boost Galta here because boosting Galta is fun. You're going to be pinging me. No big deal. All right. Now I'm going to kill that thing again. I can't let that thing stay on the battlefield. And here we're going to get the knight. We're going to let the knights do their job. The knights are going to get me a ridiculous amount of mana and loyalty here. At least that's what they should do. So let's start by getting rid of loyalty gems, because loyalty gems are what are going to really get in the way of good conversion. So, okay, those go. We're going to destroy my opponent's first creature. We're going to get Aurelia down, and then now we're going to let some knights come down. That should be all 3 of them because of the conversion. Yep, cool. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Perfect. I get another Aurelia down, and then the Galta is going to boost... Oh, I didn't mean to hit yes. Oh, well. I meant to hit no. I was looking at the wrong part of my screen. Either way, I think I'm in pretty okay shape so long as my opponent doesn't have some kind of like crazy combo for me right here. Oof. I feel like there's one in their deck and they're just building toward it. They're just trying to get it, and I really don't want to see whatever that combo is. Oh, the Galta. Yes. I do want to see Galta though. So let's actually get rid of that creature from my opponent's side here. Could have just gotten the Galta and won the game. Oh well. I try when I'm playing these more like peasant-y decks to be a little bit more conservative. Okay, my opponent froze those both down. That's fine. That's fine. There's no big deal. So here what I'm going to do is I actually don't even need to kill that thing. So I can just toss this stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually reinforce Galta, because why not? I've got my angels, 2 of them down, and then yeah, you just get to use it as a kill move, which is pretty cool. It's one of the fun things that you can do here with Elspeth. So we're gonna get the 3rd Galta down, and then I'm going to hit not now and swing for 80. Oh yeah, that's game over. That's game over. So yeah, even without really powerful cards, still a lot of power that you can get from the Planeswalker. That first ability is just really, really good. So is the second. In conclusion, I think that Elspeth is an excellent all-around Planeswalker. I would rate her personally for monocolor Planeswalkers probably in the A tier. If I go like A all the way up to S+, then maybe somewhere between A and S. This Planeswalker is very, very good. The more that I play with her, the more that I like her. However, also the more that I play with her, the more that I narrow down the decks that I want to use with her. And so I feel like she has some very much optimal decks, and then some less optimal decks. With that said, I feel like she only has room to grow as we get more cards that are going to interact with angels. I feel like they're a very common theme in Magic, and while there aren't any angel-themed sets that I know of on the horizon, maybe we get one in the next year or 2, and those will definitely make Archangel Elspeth stronger. With that said, Graveyard Recursion is always an amazing effect in Puzzle Quest and even in Paper Magic. And not only that, we have the ability to just sort of wipe the board with the 3rd ability as well. And at only 12 loyalty, that's always going to be a relevant ability as well. So, in my opinion, Archangel Elspeth is always going to be a relevant Planeswalker. If you're a newer player, she's a great pickup because the removal aspect that you get from the 3rd is just fantastic. And the first ability is going to pair well with any good creatures that you wind up pulling, which is really, really nice. I wouldn't say that she's better than, say, Puzzle Masters Ajani. However, I think that for newer players, there's definitely an argument that you can make for her still being like sort of like a 1A and 1B sort of a thing. I think that she has a lot of value that she can add to your account. For you more established players, I feel like she's just going to be more of a flavor of the month for you, because once you have your powerhouse Planeswalkers that you're going to use, then you're probably going to use those. We've got things like Quintorius Khan, we've got things like Dekon, and we've got things like Tamio, right? Those are all Planeswalkers with white in their color identity that are going to shine more than Archangel Elspeth is going to. With that said, I do think she's very powerful. I do think she's worth a pickup. I think she's a really fun Planeswalker. So that's it from me. If you've picked up this Planeswalker, let me know what sorts of decks you've played with and how much you have enjoyed those decks. If you haven't picked her up and you're thinking that you might pick her up, let me know. I love to hear from all of you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.